Okay, this next question will start with Ms. Price. Do you believe in leniency for those charged with marijuana possession or those charged with marijuana distribution?
No, sir, I do not. At this current time, it is a Schedule 1 drug and it should be handled as such. You follow the laws as they're stated in the state of West Virginia, and as they are at this current time, it's a Schedule 1 and it should be handled as such. There's the way the code sets it out, there's lesser penalties for first offenses, and they go up from there, which I believe are more than appropriate and more than sufficient. It is a drug, and it is used as a drug. It's a recreational drug, and it shouldn't be given any special treatment over any other type of drug. And any charge associated with that should be handled the same as any other drug, and until the state of West Virginia and our legislature changes that.
Thank you, Mr. Sharp.
I believe that, there should be no leniency not only towards the marijuana possession or manufacturing or whatnot. There should be no leniency anywhere. Not only with just that, but with, domestics and, traffic citations and stuff like that. I'm not real sure that you can single out any one thing to say that you're going to have leniency on, because honestly, the law is written, as Ms. Price stated, it's a Schedule 1 controlled substance, and we are held to uphold what the book says. And we have parameters that we're able to use for the penalty phase, but, the way the law is written is the way that I feel we will enforce it. Or that's the way I will enforce it anyway. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Wilfong.
Yes, I do go by what's in the West Virginia Code on Schedule 1, which is a felony. Okay. On those, we have preliminary hearings whether we determine whether there's any probable cause that that person committed a crime of selling or manufacturing marijuana or any other kind of type of drug, and setting that bond for that. And I do set a high bond for those who manufacture and sell marijuana. On the misdemeanor charges, on the first offense of less than 15 grams, if someone is charged with less than 15 grams of marijuana, they do have the opportunity to enter a plea. If they enter that plea, they go on a 6 months diversion, probation. And if they do not violate any of laws or state or federal laws, and in 6 months, the state can dismiss that charge. And then a year later, it can be expunged from their criminal record. And they only get that at one time. And if it's a repeat offender, then yes, I do give them a jailable offense and suspend them. And I put them through day report to have classes, life skills, narcotics classes, community service, make them pay their fine, their court costs. So yes, I'm very strict on any kind of person that is a habitual user of any kind of drug.
Thank you. Ms. Kelly.
I feel that when somebody comes in with a citation for possession of marijuana, less than 15 grams or paraphernalia, that is a sentence that's defined by the West Virginia State Code. It's number one, you can have a fine, you can have a jail sentence with that, or on a first offense basis, they have the option to do a conditional plea where they can be placed on probation for amount of time that the magistrate feels best suited. We can, in that unsupervised probation, we can make conditions where they can have to come in to have random drug tests. There's a lot of things that we can put to try to help that person not become addicted to drugs, push them in a right path. I feel like I'm very strong on my punishments for marijuana. I don't go towards the minimum side ever. I'm consistent on everyone that comes in. First offense, if they choose to do the probationary period on a less than 15 grams, I go through that, but I explain to them that this is the the procedure. This is what happens. And I firmly believe that I don't like to set people up for failure. I want them to make sure that they understand and know what can happen to them if they don't comply with the orders that the court's written. So I believe that leniency on any type of drug, you can't really do leniency on a drug because you need to make sure that person doesn't go down a path that's going to continue to grow and fork into a lot stronger drugs. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Graham.
Okay. As far as leniency go, I don't think that you should be lenient with any drug offenders, but I think understanding would be the better word to be for it. For first-time offenders, I think you need to be understanding that they've never been in trouble for this in their life, and you should, if they are willing to take the plea, put them into the program or probation and try to get their life straightened out that way. But if they're a habitual offender who's in your courtroom time and time again, obviously that course of action isn't working for them. And in that case, I feel we need to put them in the hands of the criminal justice system and let that course of action take its toll. Thank you.